Time now for Same Game Parlay presented by FanDuel. Let's get to it. You're up first, Dirk. How many points for Ayo Dosunmu?
Well, with Ant out, I think Ayo is going to get a lot of opportunities, so I'm going to say 18 for Ayo today.
All right, and you are great at these. Jalen Duren has 9 double-doubles in his last 11 games. How many boards tonight, UD?
Rudy got the size, but he has the physicality. I'm going 11 boards for him. When the shot goes up, I think he's going to hit first.
Okay. BG, how many points for Julius Randle?
Same thing as Ayo. No Ant. Julius got to be the hub. He's got to score, so 20-plus for Julius.
Okay, sticking with you, how many assists for Danis Jenkins?
He's been phenomenal since Cade has been out. Not only scoring, but distributing the ball as well. So let's go +5.
Okay. There are your numbers. Tonight on FanDuel, all customers can get a 25% profit boost to use on any NBA same-game parlay. Just download the FanDuel app and shoot your shot with a profit boost. FanDuel, play your game. All right, Ant returned to the floor this week, but he is out tonight with knee pain and an illness. But let's rewind to those prior 6 games that they played without him. How did you all see Minnesota continue to really grow with that absence?
I really like what Ayo's been doing. I watched him the other night. He had a triple-double against my Mavs. He's been doing a little bit of everything, bringing the ball up, pushing it in transition, playing with great pace, even in attacking closeouts, getting to the basket, shooting over 40% from 3. So he's playing an incredible game. I think we all agreed when they made that movement on the trade deadline that we all agreed that was a great move for them, and it's been paying off. It gives a secondary creator, a guy that can, when Ant gets trapped later in the playoffs, he can make great plays on the weak side. He can attack, he can shoot. So that was a great move at the trade deadline.
Yeah, it's even more important now with Jaden McDaniels being out that you have a guy that can guard the best offensive player on the other end. And when he comes back down, he's not resting. He has to actually guard this guy. So I think if there is any time for Jaden McDaniels to be out, it's right now so Ayo can step into that spot and they don't lose too much.
I think Bones Highland has been good for them in that sub-20-minute role, you know, especially with Ant out. We've talked about they need scoring, right? And he just has that ultimate green light. Come in, score first, then distribute, and that is Bones Highland.
Professional scorer. Right there. Professional scorer.
He's not afraid.
Bones Highland and Ayo, of course, they inject so much speed and pace into this offense, but they have a nickname for themselves they really love.
Okay. Really?
They call themselves the Twin Turbos.
Yeah, I like that.
That's not bad.
How do we grade that?
That's not bad. It's up there.
It ain't that original, but...
Yeah.
I like when they tie into something. Twin Turbos, the plane, or was Minnesota?
I feel like it's maybe a play on twin, but then also
Twin
turbos.
Cities? Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, there's a little something, but
a little basic, but we're all good. We love the camaraderie.
All right, we'll discuss that right now. We are getting closer to tip-off in Game 1 of our doubleheader. So right now, let's send it on out to Detroit.
And we welcome you into Detroit. We're in the 313, where there's definitely bad boy vibes in the area. The Pistons' third best home record in the association. Ron Holland putting on the moves. It's all vibes in the Pistons locker room. Top seed in the East. They're trying to secure that headed into the postseason. They've been the number 1 team in the conference since early November. As for Minnesota, they're coming off a win over Dallas in their last outing. They're currently 6th in the West, clear of the play-in, and within striking distance of the 5 seed. Yeah, this is NBA tip-off on Prime. Tonight, it's the Pistons taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. And we welcome you inside Little Caesars Arena alongside Brent Barry. I'm Michael Grady. Christina Pink joins us as well. Okay, Bones, we got the Timberwolves, we got the Pistons. Detroit playing without Cade Cunningham, and they have really played well without Cade. 11-4 in his absence. How they've gotten it done?
Yeah, well, it still starts with defense. It's not just effort for the Detroit Pistons. It's identity. That sounds familiar in this play. I think Rick Mahorn actually give you an offensive foul on the way into the building. But look at the opponent's points per game, 3rd in the league. They're number 1 in blocks. They're number 1 in steals. They're number 1 in deflections. They have a team that believes that every night they can bring that hard hat to the floor. And in fact, just a few nights ago, Grady, they did it to this team. I mean, completely suffocating a Minnesota Timberwolves team without a lot of their scoring. Obviously, Ant not playing, but nowhere to go, no room to run. And it's these kind of length athletic plays where they can get up vertically, they can cover you horizontally, and then they can get out in the transition. 42%, actually the year low for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
One of the anchors of that defense is Asar Thompson, catching up with our Christina Pink.
All right, thanks, guys. Asar, you guys have hung your hat on the defensive end all season long. How would you describe the style and physicality this team plays with?
Just being aggressive on defense, having each other's backs and just, knowing that every one of us is going to pick up.
Individually, you've been great as well. It feels like you're getting a couple steals every night. Where have you grown the most on the defensive end?
Not fouling, being smart with my fouls, and still being aggressive at the same time.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Asar. Back to you.
Thanks so much, KP. All right, as for the Timberwolves, no Anthony Edwards in this ball game. He's under the weather, not going to play. No Jaden McDaniels as well. So Ayo Dosunmu's going to have to step up. He's coming off a triple-double. But also the Timberwolves rely on defense, and a four-time Defensive Player of the Year in the middle is not a bad option there.
Yeah, as much as the Wolves are waiting on good health, I can't wait to see this center matchup with Rudy Gobert and Jalen Duren. Of course, 13 years into his career, Rudy Gobert still anchoring a top-5 defense. And he doesn't just protect the rim. He continues to protect this team's defensive identity. And he's getting a little help with Kyle Anderson behind him. But you mentioned on the offensive end, especially tonight with no Ant Edwards, Ayo Dosunmu has been an eye-opening player for them. In the past 5 starts, I know they're just 3-2, and he had that massive triple-double, but he's been aggressive. He's been assisting. He's been an advantage creator. And this Wolfpack seems to have a different gear when he gets in the basketball game.
No doubt about it. This is going to be one of those games. If you love the 90s, early 2000s, you love a physical brand of basketball, reliant on defense, this is your night.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
You still got bruises. Pistons and the Timberwolves coming up here at Little Caesars Arena as we send it back to the studio.
Blake, how is he dealing with the responsibilities on both ends of the floor?
Yeah, I think offensively this entire year he's been great at sort of being a hub and distributing the basketball. He's leading the team in assists. He's had sort of a shooting slump, you could say, since All-Star break, but he's picked it up a little bit since Ant's been out. I think defensively for the Timberwolves, he's got all the physical gifts to be able to guard a position above and a position below. I think it's just looking for that effort. And, when Ant comes back and the ball's in his hands less, and the playoffs start, I expect that to go up, but you don't want to go into the playoffs trying to find your defensive effort. So, would love to see him pick it up here. But like I said, he's done a great job of sort of just being that everything for them. But in order for them to maintain that good defense, he needs to.
Yeah, great job offensively, but Wolves are 8.6 points per 100 better on defense when he is off of the court this season. All right, thanks for watching NBA on Prime pregame, presented by CarMax.